Hey everyone, Doug MPA back with another video. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button on the way in. I'd really appreciate it. It shows that you support me and the content on this channel. I had a commenter on one of my previous Deion Sanders videos say that Deion Sanders pledging to donate $150,000 or half of his $300,000 salary was a lie. That Deion didn't donate the money. So I did a little bit of research. I thought a couple of things we can go over here. If you're watching this video, put a comment and let me know if you think Deion donated his salary or not. We support Coach Prime over here, so I'm going to say yes. Coach Prime is well aware of what's called NIL, name, image, likeness, and he's really pushing that at the University of Colorado. He was pushing that at Jackson State University, so he knows that if he were to pledge something like this and not do it, it would hurt his brand and his image. So this first article, you can see the date. It was July 21st of 2022. It was by Kari Thompson of the Mississippi Clarion Ledger. I'm just going to go over this one because this is the most succinct and clear article, but I'm going to go through, just quickly click through a couple of other examples because this was everywhere in the summertime. ABC News had an article, Bleacher Report had an article. Everyone did. So, but we're just going to go through this one real quick to give a little bit of background. This is by Kari Thompson. It says Birmingham, Alabama, Jackson State football coach Deion Sanders didn't show any hesitation when he fielded the question on stage at SWAC Media Day on Thursday. What was the thought process behind the Pro Football Hall of Famer donating half of his $300,000 salary to ensure the renovations to JSU's football facility are done on time? They, the players, deserve it, Sanders said. We can't show off a locker room that we're not going to enter unless we move. A lot of folks are talking about it. I'm truly about it. A lot of folks talking about bringing solvency to problems. I'm truly about it. A lot of folks talk about what they're going to do. I do it. And he's right. A lot of people that are hating on Coach Sanders going to University of Colorado, you kind of got to ask them, what did you do for JSU? Or what do you do for HBCUs? Even if you didn't go to an HBCU, have you donated back to your school? And so I don't have a problem with Coach Sanders auditing people because people sure know how to run their mouths. Let's continue. Sanders said in an Instagram post earlier this week that he aims to get the project done by August 4th, which is the month before the team kicks off the season in Miami against Florida A&M. He said having the facility ready by that time is important to him because of how much it means to the players. These guys matter to me. They mean everything to me, Sanders said. We wouldn't even have no darn SWAC press conference if it wasn't for these guys. So we have to take care of these guys. I don't offer nothing that I can't deliver. They deserve it. I'm sick and tired of us trying to say, well, the other Power Fives do this and they do that, while we can't even do the little things that we can control. Says one component of Sanders' decision is that he's financially able to do such things. Not everyone can afford to part with 6 figures worth of cash. Yeah, he is prime time. After years of playing pro football and baseball, along with the endorsement deals, Sanders has a kind of financial stability where he's confident he'll be able to bring in even more. He also has a team including SMAC Entertainment co-founder Constance Schwartz-Morini, who Sanders tasked with finding a way to make the money back. Sanders says, God is going to take care of me, Sanders says. I don't even worry about the money, the financial part. I don't even worry about it. God got that. I got them. The renovations at the Walter Payton Center are the latest in a series of facility upgrades that JSU has made since Sanders arrived on campus in 2020. The football program recently added a sand pit and a hill to its practice field. So once again, this was a quick and succinct article, and there is no reason why Coach Prime wouldn't have made this donation, especially when it blew up like it did. This one was from the Clarion Ledger. We have Bleacher Report here. Deion Sanders donating half his salary to Jackson State football facility renovation. That was July 18th. We have ABC News on July 18th. Deion Sanders will donate half of his salary to Jackson State to complete football facility. The only dissenting voice in all these, I found one article, and I'm going to do a separate video on this RL Nave person, but this is on December 9th. Why the claim that Deion Sanders donated half his salary to JSU is a prime lie. Now, it's funny how this is coming out now. You think that it would have came out a little earlier if there was any kind of malfeasance on the part of Coach Sanders. But this article happened to be written. I've only found this one. This article happened to be written on his way out the door. It starts, there's lots of talk and feelings about Deion Sanders' decision to jettison Jackson State University and take the head football coaching job at the University of Colorado. At the center of all that talk is a question of who benefited more in one camp. There are people who think that Sanders, a Hall of Fame NFL back and ad pitchman, glommed onto an already honored JSU football tradition that produced greats like Jackie Slater and Walter Payton to boost his chances at a prestigious and lucrative job helming a Power 5 program. You can tell this person does not like Coach Prime. Yeah, I'm going to cover this whole article. I'm just going to get to the point where he says that it's a lie. Another vocal camp essentially argues that Sanders pulled Jackson State, which plays in the all-HBCU Southwestern Athletic Conference, and is located in a poor state and a majority black city beset with infrastructure woes, out of the mud. Further, this chorus of Sanders supporters asserts that Coach Prime, as he's known, elevated JSU, the SWAC, HBCUs in Mississippi's capital city. And I'm in that camp. Once again, we support Coach Prime over here. Viral posts on social media go a step further, detailing a laundry list of problems Prime had to deal with during his 3 seasons in Jackson, including claims that he donated half his salary, or around $150,000, to finish renovating a facility for players because the school ran out of money, and another that Jackson State reneged on a deal, good editing, buddy, to Sanders a portion of home ticket sales, a key part of his compensation packages. Right here, he says, these claims are false, however. Then he says, the JSU athletic facility was funded by the university and has been in the works since 2019. The university did not receive funding from Coach Deion Sanders. Coach Deion Sanders donated certain amenities he wanted for the facility, a Jackson State spokesman told Reckon about the purported salary donation. We're going to stop right there. Once again, the only people saying that Coach Prime didn't donate this money was a representative from Jackson State. Once again, this is coming out December 9th when Coach Prime is out the door. We already know the tumultuous relationship between Coach Prime and Jackson State University going out the door. And then I've covered a bunch of media talking heads saying bad things about Coach Prime, calling him a sellout. And we're talking about Jackson State, especially a spokesperson from Jackson State. Let's not take too much faith into what they say, because I was able to find this article right here. It says Jackson State University agrees to pay $1.17 million to settle False Claims Act allegations. This is from United States Attorney's Office in the Southern District of Mississippi. Let's see what was going on at Jackson State back in 2017, where it had to go to the United States Attorney's Office. Jackson State, Mississippi, Jackson State University has agreed to pay the United States $1.17 million to settle allegations that JSU mismanaged National Science Foundation grants, announced U.S. Attorney Greg K. Davis and Allison Lerner, Inspector General at the National Science Foundation. During the time period of June 1st of 2006 to September 30th of 2011, JSU submitted claims or expended funds under the NSF grants, and in doing so certified that every claim or expenditure was supportable, allocable, and allowable, and that JSU would maintain adequate records to support these claims and expenditures. In 2012, an audit of the NSF grants performed under contract for the NSF Office of Inspector General identified salary and non-salary expenditures that were unallowable, not allocable, or had insufficient, inadequate, and no supporting documentation. A subsequent NSF OIG investigation determined that in preparation for the audit and subsequently in response to the preliminary audit findings, JSU employees fabricated time and effort reports and provided them to the auditors, and in some instances presented inadequate and or no supporting documentation. So JSU was found guilty of fraud with submitting claims for payment for this program with the National Science Foundation and grants, and had to pay $1.17 million. Once again, a JSU spokesperson saying bad things about who's being paid what, I wouldn't take that worth its salt at all. I'm going to sum this up by saying Coach Prime is on Twitter saying that he has receipts and not to have him make him bring them out because he doesn't want to have to do it. And once again, Coach Prime is about NIL, name, image, likeness. He wants to turn it into a business for his new players. He was turning it into a business with his old players at JSU. So him making that kind of pledge and not honoring it, he would understand the impact of not paying this money. Let me know what you think in the comments. I really like the comment section on these videos. It kind of sounds like we're all sitting around just talking about this. It's really fun for me. I read all of them. Make sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one.